And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You are looking live at Lady Canes Field in Americus, Georgia. Game 2 of our non-conference softball doubleheader matchup featuring the visiting Blazers from Valdosta State University and the Georgia Southwestern State University Lady Hurricanes. Valdosta State with their winning game 1 here this afternoon. 21-9 overall. Georgia Southwestern 20-15. Starting pitcher in the nightcap for GSW is number 44, Jennifer Jernigan. Jernigan, there's the line on the GSW starting pitcher. Jernigan is making her 18th appearance, her 14th start of the spring. She leads the team with 71 and 2/3 innings pitched. Pretty darn good walk to strikeout ratio. As you see there, only 11 walks, 56 Ks. ERA of 3.22. She has a 6-7 record. Swing and a miss. Make it strikeout number 57 for Jernigan. 3.22 ERA, and opponents are batting .264 against Jennifer this season. She is a junior in her first season with the Lady Hurricanes under second-year head coach Nikki Levering. Native of Waycross, Georgia, and a transfer from St. Petersburg College. Batting second for Valdosta State in game number 2, center fielder number 5, Taylor Strickland. Jordan Gayton. Hope I got that right. The leadoff batter striking out the left fielder for the Blazers. And now you've got Strickland up. Off speed. Fooled her on that one as she pulled the string. Running out in front now is Jernigan, 1-2 with one away here. Again, if you are an allergy sufferer like I am, the pollen, pretty brutal this time of year. So if I sneak in an extra sniff, I apologize. Try to keep that to a minimum. Swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts from Jernigan to open the game. Jennifer red hot in this one. Out of the chute. Batting third baseman number 44, Dream Aaron. Well, Aaron fared pretty well in her last at-bat against Lady Hurricanes, pitching a 2-run home run. That one on the outside edge of the plate for a strike. Just to the right of the Lady Canes text on the center field wall. As well as the Hurricane logo out there. And she hit it hard, no doubt about it. It cleared the fence, and it was a 2-run blast to help provide a little bit of insurance as the Lady Hurricanes suffer a 6-2 loss to 16th ranked Valdosta State. The latest poll coming out has the Blazers ranked 16th in the country in NCAA Division II softball. Strikes out the side. Jernigan sits him down, and a little hop in the step as the Lady Canes head to the dugout. They'll grab the bats for the first time in game number 2. No runs and no hits yet in this ball game. You're taking a look at some of the stats coming into play today between the two teams. You'll see some pitching and batting team comparisons. Enjoy the graphics, and we'll be back in a moment. Those graphics brought to you by your Americus and Cordele area McDonald's, a proud sponsor of Hurricane Athletics. We'll be back in a moment. Leading things off in game number 2 for the Lady Hurricanes, the center fielder number 7, Chloe Zeller. As I pull a little double duty here, we'll go to the microphone and announce, slapping this one down the line in left field, and it'll curl into foul territory after landing fair. On it quickly and shading Zeller to play it that way was the left fielder for the Blazers. Again, that's Garrett out and left. Oh, I'm sorry, Gayton. That's spelled wrong. Garrett is the right fielder. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, a leadoff single for the Lady Hurricanes. They put their leadoff runner in 3 of the 7 innings the last game, and now Zeller's back on board again. The bunt popped foul. Thankfully, Aaron was charging in, and the ball tails away from her into foul territory, as you saw on your screen. Batting the second for the Lady Hurricanes, right fielder number 23, Elizabeth Wills. So Elizabeth Wills gets the start in game number 2. She had 1 plate appearance as she pinch hit in the opener. This time a bunt will also go foul, so 2 pitches, 2 fouled off bunt attempts from Elizabeth, and she'll be staring at an 0-2 count now. The starting pitcher for Valdosta State in game 2 is number 24, Kaylee Van Auken. And my apologies if I got the pronunciation off a little bit. Check swing, popped up, foul territory behind home plate, and it will get over the backstop and out of play. Excuse me, Kaylee comes into action today as the Blazers leader in several categories. She has a team leading, or a team low ERA of 2.28 while holding the team lead in innings pitched. That temporarily was passed by game 1 starter Johnson. They're both neck and neck. There was only 4 1/3 innings difference between the two, so Kaylee will have to go a few innings to regain the team lead, but she entered the day with 75 innings pitched, a 6-3 record. This is her 12th start. She's appeared in 16 games. Over the 75 innings in the circle, she's allowed 66 hits, 22 runs, 19 of which were earned, 10 walks, 84 strikeouts. This is a shot high, deep, gone! That's why Elizabeth Wills is in the lineup. Touch 'em all, number 23. The sophomore from Orlando, Florida, belts her 2nd home run of the season. RBIs 9 and 10 for Elizabeth. At the plate, the shortstop, number 22, Haley Tierce. Well, it doesn't get a whole lot easier, as Tierce, a dangerous batter as well, coming into play, a .337 batting average. Team leading 8 home runs for Tierce, 22 runs driven in. Tierce went 0 for 3 in the opener with a walk. So perhaps she's due for a little offensive production here in game 2. That one just misses, evens the count up at 1-1. Opponents that I mentioned against Kaylee this year batting .235. Called, or a swing and a miss there. Now she has pitched the most innings. It's close with her and Johnson. Just again a 4 1/3 innings difference coming into the day. Van Auken has allowed the most home runs, but again she's pitched the most innings. But comparing her to her teammate Johnson, 7 home runs for Kaylee and 4 allowed by Cassie. Both now have given up a home run to GSW today. 1-2 the count to Tierce. Yeah, what a pitch. Tierce rocks back and forth and just Buckles watches that one fall in for a strike 3 call. First out of the inning. First out of the game, recorded by Van Auken. Umpire goes and gets a couple of fresh balls, or at least a fresh softball that he'll stick in his pouch and settle in. Batting fourth for the Lady Hurricanes, left fielder number 21, Kayla Kerr. Team leader in batting average is Kerr, and that was only strengthened with her 2-for-4 showing in game number 1. Kerr and Chloe Zeller, the leadoff batter, who she already has a hit in this game, both registering 2 hits for GSW in the opener. Life in the GSW dugout as the Lady Canes take the early lead. One pitch. Popped the mid on that one for a strike. Popped up foul behind us. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Second baseman makes the play. How many putouts did she have in the first game? Felt like a ton. Finished with 4. Is that Rob again over there? Second baseman in game number 2 will also, yes, Kylie Robb. 4 putouts in the first game. It felt like they were popping up to her left and right, but maybe not quite as often as it felt anyway. 2 away for the Lady Hurricanes in the opening inning here of game number 2. Sarah Beth King pulled it just foul. About a foot left of the line. At the plate is the designated player, number 25, Sarah Beth King. King was 0 for 3 in the opener. She entered the day as the second best batting average, with the second best batting average of the Lady Hurricanes, 349. Man, that off-speed pitch has been highly successful in the early going. Just to even the count up at 2-2. 4 for King, again, as she's second on the team. 7 home runs this season. Lady Hurricanes now with 35 home runs as a team. Off speed, swing and a miss. Well, a couple of strikeouts in that inning, but a couple of Lady Hurricane hits and a pair of runs. GSW led early in game 1, 2-0. They've got that same lead here in game number 2. We'll be back for the second inning from Lady Canes Field in just a moment. You're watching GSW Softball on the Surge Sports Network. So Kylie Robb swings at the first pitch from Jernigan to open up the second. Again, if you were following along in game one, you heard me mention that there is a different live stats link for game number 2. So if you'd like to have those stats and that play-by-play in front of you to follow and track your favorite player or team, look for the link in the description of today's YouTube broadcast. YouTube, the official home and the hub of the Surge Sports Network. Jernigan upstairs on that, offering 2-2. Swing and a miss, another strikeout for Jernigan. She is. She's dealing right now, folks. Doing an excellent job. Again, I'm going to actually jump in on the live stats right there. I just clicked the arrow. I'm on my phone. Click the arrow right next to the title where it says softball versus number 16 at Valdosta State. And that opens up a window below, and there's your link for games, live stats, game 2. I'm clicking right on it right now. See what Brian Cook's putting in the system. At the plate, right fielder number 2, Haley Garrett. So Garrett is the number 5 batter in the lineup for Coach Massera in game number 2. Jernigan has faced 4 batters. She has struck out all 4. What a start. Goes off speed on this one. Yep. Payoff pitch. Well, it wasn't 5 in a row. Jernigan made it interesting. That was her first free pass. So 5 batters have come to the plate in game 2 for Valdosta State. First 4 struck out. This one reaches by a walk. At the plate is the shortstop, number 7, Natalia Bellinger. Bellinger, the number 6 batter. Yeah, don't be alarmed if you are watching our live stats feed. It's just our software system in Presto that will kind of cut off some names. So if you see an initial and it kind of makes some changes on its own, but and it cuts off the end of names and it kind of makes it a little bit different on the user. But as long as we're in the ballpark, just know we got the right info for you. And I know that can look a little confusing, and get the head of communications over there reaching out to me about that information. So we'll get it straight in the ultimate final file. But yeah, our scoring software kind of plays with the names a little bit and cuts them off at the end and puts the first initial down instead of the full name. It's a whole thing. Runner at first base, one away. How did Bellinger do in her first game of this series here, or doubleheader today? Again, these two teams played earlier in the season in Valdosta, and the outcomes were quite different. 9-1, 10-0 in favor of the Blazers. Lady Hurricanes could do little in the way offensively to stay with Valdosta. This pulled foul. Looked good off the bat, but just kept drifting foul. Never got really much higher than the Zaxby's foul pole in left field. Those are short little stocky ones there that we've got at the softball diamond. Coach Levering wanting to get those fixed and extended in future facility upgrades, and that'll be one of the next things to get done. Swing and a miss, Jernigan, K number 5. Man, we need a big board out there. Jernigan's just piling up the strikeouts in the early going. But again, it is the early going. We're only 5 outs in. Batting 7th for Valdosta State in game number 2 is the first baseman, number 9, Logan Hill. Logan Hill 0 for 2 in the opener. Off speed, off the mark, off the glove of Tierce, and that's going to bounce into an opening in right center field. Wow. Lady Hurricanes napping, and that draws a brisk walk out of the dugout from Coach Levering. She's going to pull her defense together. The stolen base, yeah, that's one thing, but then the throw was really, it really wasn't that bad of a throw. Tierce was, she did have to reach out for it, and it tipped off the end of her glove, allowing the runner to move to third. Heads up play on that move. So a stolen base and an error on the Lady Hurricanes, and then just a mental error, really, by the GSW defense. The outfielders are slow to get it to, I believe it was Oglesby at second. And then, no, it's Kate, what? No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is Oglesby at second. And then she's slow to turn and see that the runner had broke from home. So a heads-up play by the Blazers. And a good execution on the bases to apply the pressure to GSW. Now, you look at it, the bases are empty, so the Blazers have a run in, 2-1, yet to get a hit in the ball game. But the lead has been cut in half quickly. And they answered the last time when GSW got up 2-1 with a run the next half inning. So Jernigan just gets to pull it back in. She already has 5 strikeouts. She is going for 6. That one just misses for a ball. Now that's the second walk of the game. Coming here with 2 outs in the second. At the plate, the catcher, number 3, Lacey Crandall. Crandall steps in. The Blazers' catcher was 0 for 2 with a walk in our opener. That one missed, or excuse me, that's a strike. 1-1. One pitch. Ooh, just a little bit low. 2-1. You ever wonder if the umpires go back and are curious? This ball hit hard to left field. Moving back on the run off the end of her glove and hitting the wall is Kerr. Runner comes around. They'll have her at home. Not in time. Oh, man, Bryson got held up in her glove. No, it's actually not Bryson at third this time. This game is, the third baseman is Jenna Holloman. So a defensive change from Coach Levering, and Holloman turned to fire home, and there was a delay getting the ball out of her glove. The throw still almost got her, but not quite in time. Location of the throw was good, but it was a hair late. Good slide outside the tag. And we're all evened up. Now the Lady Hurricanes got to worry about keeping the runner at second and just getting out of this inning with no further damage. All square, 2 apiece. Bunt right back to the circle. Now they'll wait for her to cover the bag. Oglesby is there. And the ground out, the old 1-4 ground out to end the inning. Well, we're back where we started. All even. 1 runner left on base. That was the first hit of the game allowed. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 GSW error. We go to the bottom of the second. 16th ranked Valdosta State and GSW all even at 2 apiece. We'll be back in a moment on the Surge Sports Network. Second inning for the Lady Hurricanes. First baseman number 20, Lauren Kersey. You see the numbers on Kersey, the 283 batting average, couple of home runs, 9 RBI. She's approaching that 900 mark on her OPS, such as your on-base percentage plus your slugging percentage. So you get that thing around 900, you're doing pretty good. And we've got 2 ladies that are actually over the .900 mark and into the 1.1 scale, which is outstanding. That pitch popped up, though, when first baseman comes down with it. So quick out for Valdosta State in the circle this half inning. At the plate, second baseman, number 12, Amy Oglesby. Oglesby one for one, 2 RBIs. She hit the 2-run home run. I think she was hit by a pitch, maybe walked in her at-bats. I know she was hit by the pitch. But she didn't get a whole lot to look at after that home run in the opener. Now with a different pitcher, I'm sure there'll be a similar yet unique approach, and they'll go right after her here, especially now with it being back to an even game. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Oglesby. Amy, the number 7 batter in the order here in game number 2. 1-2 offering. Hit it hard, but pulled it over the GSW dugout. A lot of play on here on the third base side of Lady Canes Field. Lady Hurricanes reaching for this one. Popped up high, fly ball. Center fielder is left fielder all over it. Making the grab is Gayton. Two outs. Easy play for her out and left. At the plate is the catcher, number 19, Kayla Rowell. New catcher, time called by the batter. Rowell steps out. She gets an opportunity to play in game number 2. Fooled her as she took a little something off of that one. Good power from Kayla Rowell, the freshman from Brunswick, Georgia, a Brunswick High School native. And Kayla had her first collegiate home run, and it was a big one just a couple weeks ago. Well, actually, not even a couple weeks ago. 6 days ago against Point University. 2-run home run to give the Lady Canes, who held on then afterwards, a 4-3 win over Point. The 2-run home run, the difference. Put the Hurricanes out in front and give them the sweep. You can see a replay of Kayla's home run on our Twitter page, our Twitter account. Just another way to follow the Lady Hurricanes and GSW. GSW Softball is a very active Twitter account as well, as they're on Instagram and Facebook. But do a search for GSW Softball, and you'll find us and find them. The home run from Rowell is on our athletic webpage. Fouled off as well. Another pitch coming with a 2-2 count, 2 away. GSW Athletics. It's the same as our YouTube account, GSW Athletics. That's how you can find us on Twitter. Again, one of our Hurricane highlights from last week, that home run. Well, she keeps swinging these pitches in on the hands, and Rowell's trying to stay alive and keep this at bat going. She'll get another offering with the 2-2 count if she can just somehow get the barrel of the bat around on this one. Done a good job to keep it in on her hands. Not a whole lot on those pop-ups behind us. Off speed, swing and a miss. Down on strikes, no runs for GSW in the second. No hits as well. 2 innings in the books. Game number 2. The score is 2-2. Valdosta State 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors. GSW 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error. We'll be back. You saw Vincent Norman last half inning, I believe it was, our Peach Belt Conference Golfer of the Week. Those stats actually from a couple weeks back when he won the award. He just won the award again today. 3rd time this season that Vincent has won Peach Belt Conference Golfer of the Week. He was 2nd at a 22-team event, the Bearcat Classic, held earlier this week in Greenwood, South Carolina, the home of Lander University. 2nd place finish for Vincent Norman, earning him his 3rd Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week award this year. Andy Moore made history earlier this season when he was named the Player of the Week. You saw his stats from that week. We've had Pitchers of the Week. We've had Freshman of the Week. But Andy was our first overall Player of the Week in program history as a part of the Peach Belt Conference. Congratulations to Andy and Vincent on their accomplishments so far this season. We'll just mute it for just a split second, and I'll be right back with you here. There's your Facebook. Follow us. It's a little, actually, I'll keep it here. GSW Hurricanes. So I mentioned GSW Athletics on Facebook and YouTube, on Twitter and YouTube. GSW Athletics on Twitter and YouTube. Facebook you saw there, Instagram as well. Those two accounts are a little bit different. It's GSW Hurricanes. So follow us on Facebook and or Instagram at GSW Hurricanes. Back to the top of the order. Will I have a chance to announce Jordan to the crowd? Yep, because this one's drifting foul. Running out of room was Holloman at third. Leading off the third inning for Valdosta State, left fielder Jordan Gayton. So we're back to the top of the order finally. Made our way through. Couple of big hits by both teams, really about the extent of the offense. Otherwise, it's been more of a pitching duel between Van Auken and Jernigan, the Valdosta State and GSW pitchers respectively. Swing and a miss, 2-2. 2-2 off. Yeah, caught the edge, watches it go by. Strikeout number 6 for Jennifer Jernigan. First pitch fouled off. Center fielder Taylor Strickland. Strickland 0 for 1. She fell victim to the strikeout bug earlier in her first at bat. In front of the circle. This will be the first out that she does not make a put out or have a play involved on it. Third baseman Dream Aaron. Getting the call there on the outside portion of the plate. At least it's been a pretty consistent zone for this particular plate umpire. Set up inside is Rowell. This pitch still goes outside, and it was on the white as it went across the plate for a strike at the knees, 2-2. You got a little wiggle room, and you've got a powerful batter at the plate who hit a home run in the first game, but she chases the high heat. And another strikeout for Jernigan, number 7. No score or no runs in the third for Valdosta State. They're sitting on 2 runs and a hit in this one. GSW will look to see if they can regain the lead. Bottom of the third coming up from Lady Canes Field. You'll get a couple looks at our new indoor baseball, softball, hitting, training facility that'll be opening up in the fall of 2019. Got a couple of pictures from our architect, the renderings you'll see. Outside, inside pictures, and take a look. That'll be the home for the GSW baseball program as far as their clubhouse or locker room area goes. They have been without for, well, basically forever. And so now they're going to get a little something, get a place to call their own and share the batting and the training portion of it with our softball program, and will also serve as a safe shelter in case there's any inclement weather at the soccer field, which is just behind us here. We've otherwise had to march all the way to the Storm Dome, and we've had some lightning delays, so this will be nice, much closer facility opening up in the fall of 2019, part of our facility improvement plan. Enjoy. We'll be back in a split second here on the Surge Sports Network. have an account for the runner. You can give her the stolen base at Oh, 1 pitch. Shortstop on the run, makes the play. I mean, if anything, I still don't know how you would count for her going to third. You can give her a stolen base going from third to home.
I gave her a stolen base from first to second and get an error.
I guess you could give her and another stolen base. From third to home would be a stolen base.
So we go 2 stolen bases?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't know how to account for her going from second to third. I mean, there's got to be an error for her going to third. But yeah, she would get a stolen base then for going from third to home. Because we had the ball. I mean, she just decided to keep running, so. Yeah, so there'll be two stolen bases on that play that led to the run. But she would have scored on, didn't that girl double after that? So even if she would have stayed at second, she was going to score. Eventually, if the inning would have played out, she would have scored. I'd have to go back and look at it, but well, you have to play out the inning as if there was no error. So she would have stayed at second, then whatever the next batter did, then the double would have brought everybody home. So they may be 2 earned runs. You have to kind of recreate the inning that way. We'll take a look. In fact, I can kind of do that on the phone here. That's the beauty of Elizabeth Wills is the batter. She is the one that put the Lady Canes on top with her 2-run home run in the first. And off the edge of the bat for a foul. Checks her swing, but we'll get called for the going off run on it to even the count up at 2-2. Nope, I'm sorry, that's strike 3, a strikeout for Van Auken. At the plate, shortstop Haley Tierce. Yeah, so Garrett we'll get that. That'll be her. She'll get 2 stolen bases on the play. Hill would have walked. There would have been runners. Yep, both of those runs will be. Yeah, both runs will be earned runs. Yep, because the double would have cleared the bases. Upstairs for a ball to Tierce, 1-2 the count. Zeller's had herself quite a day so far. Off-speed pitch, and she fools Tierce again. Second strikeout for Tierce in this game. And Zeller is left standing at first base to close out the frame. GSW, no runs in the third. Oh, sorry, Sharika. They've got a couple more hits than the Blazers, but the runs, those are even at 2. We'll be back in a moment. Adidas is the official athletic and apparel provider, official athletic footwear and apparel provider of Hurricane Athletics, the 3-bar brand all over our GSW athletes, and we are proud to wear Adidas. It's been a great partnership several years into our agreement here and our partnership with Adidas. It's been a good one, and we're happy to be with them. Adidas, the official footwear apparel provider of Hurricane Athletics. We'll be back in a moment on the Surge Sports Network. So whatever you guys think about on it. Popped up out of play on the first base side. This ball drops just below or behind the Valdosta State dugout. So yes, so I mean whatever you decide error-wise, but you were right in that it should be stolen base, error getting her to third, stolen base at home. Yeah, 2 stolen bases. Oh, we went off the air. We're having a hiccup there on our broadcast. Let's see what's happening here. Strike 3. Jernigan with another K. Right fielder Haley Garrett. 8 strikeouts now for Jennifer Jernigan. 1 out in the 4th for Valdosta State. This is a hard hit ball to left field. Kerr can only watch it clear the fence. Down the left field line and gone. A solo shot. Valdosta State back out in front. I mentioned in game 1 that these two teams with very similar stats, and with although GSW has been atop the Peach Belt Conference in home runs, Valdosta State entered with 2 more than the Lady Hurricanes. So they've got some power, and you saw a glimpse of it there. The second home run. This one from Garrett. For her, that's her 7th of the season, now tying her for 2nd on the team. Home run number 7, RBI number 14. Jernigan has allowed 2 hits in the game, but an RBI double and a solo home run have been the 2 hits. So when they've made contact, the Blazers have made it count. 3-2 the score. Just flip those numbers for hits. Valdosta State has 2 hits. GSW has 3 so far, but the Blazers up where it matters, and that's in the run column. The batter is the shortstop, Natalia Bellinger. Bellinger now. Off the end of the bat, fouled behind home plate. As the shadows have been creeping and growing over Lady Canes Field since the start of game number 2. Rolls over home plate for a ball. Line shot foul. Hard hit ball that was pulled up about a foot to the left of the line. Did not miss by much. 1-2, so Jernigan's out in front, and she could add to her strikeout tally. One-two offering. Just a little bit outside. That one drifted maybe a ball's width or so off the plate. Trying to frame it as Rowell, but she can't get the umpire to bite. Nor the batter. 2-2, end of the bat. Shot popped up behind home plate. It hits the netting just above our camera here behind home plate. And softly rolls back onto the field of play. Couple of good games between these two so far today. Quite different from when they met earlier in the season, and it was all Valdosta State. Timely hitting has been the key. Well, for both teams, for the most part, there haven't been a ton of base runners, and then when they're on base, it's been a timely big hit. Double or a home run that's brought runs in. This is a hard hit ball into right center field. Will it have the distance? You bet. It's gone. Second home run of the inning. Another solo shot. Natalia Bellinger with her 3rd home run of 2019. Third hit of the game, 4th run of the game for Valdosta State. They've got 2 solo shots this half inning. And head coach Nikki Levering is having a word with the plate umpire. Perhaps we will in fact see a pitching change. Well, it's a shame because aside from those Rockets off the bat of Valdosta State. Jernigan has pitched one heck of a game against number 16 in the country. She got the strikeouts, but they were waiting for the pitches they could feast on and apparently got what they liked this half inning. So Jernigan will exit the game. Three and a third, 3 hits, 4 runs. She walked 2, struck out 8. But she's on the hook for the loss unless the Lady Canes can rally. Coming in to replace her, our freshman pitcher. Looking at number 27, Haley Dickerson. Effingham County product. Dickerson has 7 starts. This is her 14th appearance of the spring, 41 and a third. You see it there, 13 walks, 18 strikeouts, a 4.23 ERA. And Haley has a record of 4-3. And opponents betting 330 against her. We'll be back. I'm just going to mute it for a second. We'll be back here on the Surge Sports Network. First pitch from Dickerson gets past Rowling to the backstop, but the bases are empty, so it's just a 1-0 count. Off the end of the bat, takes a couple hops to Tier. She'll make the play. The throw up around the eyes, but easy for Kersey to make the play. As things get a little darker, I may have to open up the lens a little bit on our home plate cam. 2 outs in the inning now, so Dickerson gets her first batter. Welcome, Miss Capet, to our YouTube family, a new subscriber. Welcome aboard. 4-2 the score. This one outside for a ball, 2-0. Hard hit ball, left field line foul. It's going to hit, takes a few hops before it gets to the wall. But down in the corner, Kerr goes and gets it. And a 2-1 offering on the way coming up from Dickerson here. First batter she's facing of the afternoon. Tries to float this one across the plate, but out of the zone, and 3-1 the count will go to. Valdosta State 2 runs in the second and 2 runs in the fourth. That's where we stand now for VSU. Off the plate for a ball. And a 2-out walk from Dickerson. Runner back on the bases for the Blazers. And at the plate is the designated player, number 20, Fallon Johnson. Johnson's the number 9 batter in the lineup, designated player. She was 1 for 3 and scored a run in the opening game today. Hard hit ball, line drive to center field. One hops off, and it's Zeller in center. That ball scoots to the wall. It'll be a single and an error. The runner coming around will score 5-2 for Valdosta State. A costly two-out error from Chloe Zeller in center field. It was a base hit, but the runner got to go all the way to third as it caromed off of Zeller and all the way to the wall. Hard hit ball off of Dickerson on that play back. Now she's got to go back to the top of the order. Left fielder Jordan Gayton. Let's see if I can open up the, well, if we get an out here, maybe we can bring the brightness level up a little bit for you on our not our outfield cam, but our home plate cam has actually gotten a little dark. Chases the outside pitch for a strike, 2-1. Gayton is 0 for 2. She struck out both times when she faced Jernigan to start this game, and now getting her first look at Dickerson. 3-1 the count. Off the plate, ball 4, second walk of the inning now. Dickerson's come in and allowed a walk, a hit, and now another walk. So see if she can keep the damage just to the 1 run surrendered here with 2 away. Still got a chance to get out of this thing. The batter's the center fielder, Taylor Strickland. Let's move my microphone over so I can. Runner will steal second base. No throw on the play. Oop. Lighten things up a little bit around here. Now our outfield cam is the one that looks a little dark. Ground ball to Kersey at first. She'll take a step over, touch the bag for the final out of the inning. But Valdosta State did its damage. 3 runs, 2 solo home runs, and then an error by the Lady Canes in the outfield allowed the 3rd run to cross. So 5-2. 16th ranked Valdosta State out in front after that 3-run inning. 5-2, 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Valdosta State. 2 runs, 3 hits, a couple errors for GSW. We'll be back in a moment. You're looking at information on our GSW hailstorm. We'll let you read it. We'll talk about it when we get back, but a lot of fun, and we'll hope you consider buying at least 1 golf ball. We only are selling 2,000. That's it. 1 in 2,000 chance to win 25 grand. We're giving away 10,000 for second place, 1,000 for places 3 through 9, even $1,000 for our ball that is furthest from the flag stick. What does that mean? Well, they're dropping from the helicopter. Whichever one's our closest win to the flag, there's also that prize for the farthest away. We'll talk more about it after the break here on the Surge Sports Network. First pitch swinging for Kayla Kerr, popped up in the infield. Another pop up to the second baseman. Kylie Robb with the easy play. Sorry about that. At the plate, designated player number 25, Sarah Beth King. In there for a strike to King. But in addition to the golf balls that are being dropped and the chance to win all the prizes and all that good stuff, it's being held May 10th is the event date. Providence Springs Plantation, the location. It's a brand new facility. This will be the first event they're hosting on their plantation. A barn with all the amenities, real country, atmosphere for gatherings and weddings and whatnot. And they're going to want to showcase this thing, you can bet. So at Providence Springs Plantation, just outside of Americus on May 10th, we'll have it all set up. The helicopter coming down, I believe it was 8:30, if I'm not mistaken, between 8 and 8:30. But when you buy your $100 golf ball, you get more than just the golf ball. And this part of it will pay for itself practically. You go ahead and you have a night out. Free food, or food is included, drinks are included, live music is included. Cousins Catering is called strike. Count will run full to King. Great menu being offered by, we'll give you more details as we get closer, but we've talked about already the great food that's going to be served by Cousins Catering, well-known and well-respected in Americus area. Southwest Georgia, Cousins Catering, the provider of swing and a miss and a strikeout. King goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. Again, drinks included. The Answer Band is providing the entertainment that evening. So a good night out, part of it, and a chance to go home with a big fat check for $25,000. I'll take $1,000. I'll settle. You can sign up on our website, or on the website that's located or allocated for this event. It's gswcanes.com/hailstorm. There it is, right there for you. Make a note. Screenshot it. gswcanes.com, or open up another window and head there right now. gswcanes.com/hailstorm. A real simple online form you can fill out, make your payment. Corporate partnerships and sponsorships are available for as little as $500. And we've got families and supporters of the department that have already gone ahead, and they've just gone to the corporate level and gone ahead and got their $500 package. And you saw some of the names the last half inning. Kersey goes swinging on that one to even the count at 2-2. But do me a favor, I mentioned this in the first game. If you sign up, it's a spirited competition in the office, a little bit of a competition, you could say. But we are getting credit for any referral. So when it asks you who was telling you about it, ooh, off the second baseman's glove, in there. That was a hard hit ball by Kersey, a line drive, but right at the second baseman. Again, in the referral box, Kersey at first with 2 outs. Put that referral in. Keith, help me out. I'd appreciate it. And I'll be sure to shake your hand if you can make it for the event and say thank you. Keith in the referral box on your sign up for the Hailstorm. We'll make a note, though. You do not have to be present to win. So if you're out of town and will not be in this area at all and have no interest in going to the event but would like to support the program or just have a chance because you like to gamble a little bit, roll that money. That's okay. You don't have to be there. You don't have to be at the event. We'll broadcast it on one of our social media platforms to be determined. Most likely Facebook, but we'll see how that goes. But we'll have it streaming live, and you can watch, and you'll get the information that night. See how you did. Down on strikes goes Amy Oglesby to end the 4th inning. She'll leave a runner on first. Kersey stands at first as this one comes to a close for the 4th. We'll head to the 5th. GSW down by a couple. 5-2. Well, down by 3. 5-2 is the score. Both teams now with 4 hits. We'll be back in a moment here on the Surge Sports Network.
fans. A couple of changes on both teams. Now pinch running at first base for Valdosta State is number 14, Ashley Whittle. And defensively for the Lady Hurricanes, your new pitcher, number 13, Madison Messer.
So a pitching change for the Lady Hurricanes. Madison Messer on to relieve Dickerson, making her 6th appearance, 13 2/3. You see it there, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and a 6.15 ERA for Madison. Messer transferred in from Georgia Military College, in her 2nd season, this her senior year with the Lady Hurricanes. First pitch of ball from Messer. Opponents are batting .368. She has a 1-2 record so far this season. Catches the outside edge. We were able to lighten the camera up a little bit for you as the darkness creeps in. You can take the sunglasses off the camera, so to speak. Bunt foul. Popped up in the infield. Kersey has it. First out of the inning recorded. At the plate, right fielder Haley Garrett. Just off the plate by Messer. Garrett doesn't go after it, so first pitch ball on this at bat. Takes a little off of that, and Garrett checks her swing and does offer at the pitch to even it up at 1-1. Keeps it outside, 2-1. So I mentioned, I think, in the opener, Lady Hurricanes have enjoyed some home cooking here, having played 10 of their last 12 at home, including a stretch where they played 8 games in a row. Made the most of it, went 7-1, picked up 4 Peach Belt Conference victories during that time. Their streak kind of ended with that road trip yesterday to NAIA Middle Georgia State and playing in Cochran. 3-1, 5-1 the losses. Quick turnaround here for another non-conference tilt against the 16th ranked Blazers. Swing and a miss. They'll throw down to second base. Runner steals second, but there's 2 outs. Now batting is the shortstop, Natalia Bellinger. 2 away for Bellinger. Ball tip. Strike 1. Bellinger 1 for 2 in this game with a RBI. Check swing foul. 1 for 2 with an RBI and a strikeout. her one hit, a solo home run in the fourth. Outside for a ball. But now the Lady Canes got to give back a little bit on that schedule, and they play their next 4 dates on the road. So 8-game road trip coming up, starting with a short trip next week to Albany State rather. 2 and 4 against the Golden Rams. So no Peach Belt action for GSW until April 6th. A week from Saturday when they have to travel to face North Georgia. The Nighthawks ranked 3rd in the latest Division II poll. A week ago they were number 1, but a loss to, I believe it was Young Harris, and they slipped a little bit to number 3. Speaking of Young Harris, that's the opponent the next day. They play at North Georgia on Saturday, a week from Saturday, and then the next day, that's Sunday the 7th, they're at Young Harris. Midweek game at Emmanuel before finally returning home for home dates on the 13th and 14th. Those are their final 2 home events of the season. Should be fun on the 13th, UNC Pembroke. That is family weekend on campus, and we'll be cooking out, grilling out. There'll be a cornhole championship, the 3rd annual Canes Cornhole Championship taking place out in the parking lot. Baseball's home that day. Tennis is home that day. The Verse Cancer, Pediatric Cancer fundraising event for Georgia Southwestern softball will be coming up that day as well. So that is a jam-packed Saturday afternoon when we finally return home on April 13th. 1-0 pitch. Raul's pouncing on those balls quickly. Okay, thank you. Okay. He can hear me. Two-0 pitch. Off the plate, the batter is Logan Hill. 3-0 offering outside for a ball. And the bases are loaded with 2 away. At the plate is the catcher, Lacey Crandall. Crandall watches the first one catch the edge for a strike. Crandall 1 for 1 in game 2 with an RBI. Crandall hit an RBI double in the second. That brought around Hill. Fouls this one off. Crandall walked last inning, hence her, 1 for 1 stat line. This may drop, and it will. It's going to get into the gap in right center field. Zeller's there to get to it. 1 run is, 2 runs are in. The next run, head first slide is in, and a base clearing double for Crandall. So she picks up RBI, her second, third, and fourth RBIs of the ball game. 2 outs. Lady Hurricanes have surrendered another 3 spot for this is the second straight inning that the Blazers have put 3 on the board, and now starting to get comfortable. 8-2 the score. 5 hits in the game, but 8 runs for Valdosta State. Designated player Fallon Johnson. First pitch was a ball. That one check swing offered at it as she moves up to the front of the box as the pitch is delivered, and the count is evened up at 1-1. Action in the GSW bullpen. I think that's Kaylin Church down there. Popped up, foul territory. Will Rowell have room? She will not. Inside for a ball, 2-2. Fallon is 1 for 2 with an RBI in this game. She singled up the middle. Ooh, that one will hit her. And a free base. So she kind of turned towards the camera at home and winced a little bit on that one. Shook it off and quickly run down to first. She singled in a run in the 4th, the last inning, and advanced to third on a error in center field as the ball had deflected off the leg of the outfielder and bounced all the way to the wall. So she ended up at third on that play and drove in a run. Now she gets hit by a pitch the next half inning. Back to the top of the order for the Blazers, who are threatening to really open this one up here. That pitch gets past Rowell. Ooh, runner hobbling from second to third. Gaten at the top of the order. Tell you what, she hasn't asked Coach to call time, or I don't think he saw that she was hobbling like that. Well, Messer is going to come out. The Lady Canes re-enter their Game 1 pitcher, or Game 2 pitcher, rather. Jernigan will come back in. She started the game. Let's see where Jernigan was. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Phone died. Not good. Your attention fans, re-entering the game for the Lady Hurricanes is your relief pitcher number 44, Jennifer Jernigan. Well, we'll let Jennifer, well, she's already done. Never mind. That is one thing. A couple of those wonderful qualities of the game of softball. Moves at a quick pace. We're already done with our warm-up tosses. But the ability for the pitcher to come out of the game and then come back in later in the game and pitch again. So something unique to softball and makes it the special sport that it is. Here you go there. It's been a very entertaining game, but it's starting to get out of hand. Another run is in. The tag. Jernigan kind of collides with the runner, perhaps a knee. That's a play by the base runner to see the ball was loose, and 2 runs come across. Just make sure Jennifer's okay, as she kind of stayed down after the runner had collided with her at home plate. It was unintentional. There was no harm planned on it. I guess she's okay. She seems to shake it off and get back in there. 5 runs this inning for Valdosta State, and now they've got a Holloman. Nice work. Picks it up and fires it over to first. Well, Valdosta State adds to their lead. They had 3 runs crossed last inning, 5 this inning, and now they're up by 8. 5 runs in the ball, or 5 hits in the ball game. GSW has 4, and they got to add to it. A lot of work to do. We'll be back in a moment on the Surge Sports Network. the home half of the fifth inning. Catcher, Kayla Rowell. Kayla Rowell will open up the home half of the fifth inning. She'll go after that, pitch on the outside, and miss to even things up at 1-1. Look at Mr. Tiers sitting back there, man in the concession stand. And his wife as well, the Tiers family helping out big time. Volunteering, I know Mr. Tiers on the grill. Always tantalizing smells coming from behind the ballpark as he fires up the grill and puts a few burgers and dogs on there. Helping out our department, our program with his services. Jenna Holloman, the batter. At the plate is the third baseman, Jenna Holloman. Throw down at first. She was leaning towards second, but an easy turn and dive back into the bag for Rowell over at first base. Leadoff runner aboard for the Lady Hurricanes. There's an 0-2 count to Holloman. The pitch. Popped up in the infield. Shortstop has it. And makes the play. Bellinger squeezes that one for the first out of the inning. Oh, back to the top of the order. At the plate is the center fielder, Chloe Zeller. Slapped foul just past the GSW dugout on the third base side. Time called. What are we waiting on? Oh, ball coming back into play. He's throwing back. Oh, that was out of the bullpen. It was actually a practice pitch that had gotten away from somebody. Looks like, interesting, that one must have deflected. They have kind of like a statue or a cutout of a batter, and I got to think it hit that for it to get into the, slapped over the shortstop's head. That's a nice piece of hitting by Chloe Zeller. Man, she's been red hot. What a day she's had at the plate. Zeller with another hit. So now this is 2 straight games that she's had multiple hits. Good things from the leadoff spot. 2 aboard. At the plate is the right fielder, Elizabeth Wills. Well, Wills has accounted for the Lady Canes' runs in this one. A 2-run home run in the first inning. Brought Zeller in. And that's all the Lady Canes have been able to push across so far in the nightcap against Van Auken. 1-0 offering. Inside edge for a strike. Lady Hurricanes came into today's matchup with a 12-4 record at home. So again, they've made the most of the friendly confines of Lady Canes Field, but Valdosta State has had other plans this afternoon. 6 runs in the first game, and now they've got 10 here in game 2. Ground ball under the glove of a diving effort by the first baseman. Runners just go station to station. Bases will be loaded with 1 out for Haley Tierce. Base hit single for Wills, and she's got her second hit of the afternoon. Correct. She was a pinch hitter in game 1 and now has 2 hits in game 2. At the plate, shortstop, Haley Tierce. Well, we can see if we can got it. The first pitch was a strike. Maybe we get a little juice with the home introduction. Tierce, straight back, right back towards our window. We're just to the right of the home plate cam. And that one was heading in our direction. Backstop does its job. 0-2. Come on, Haley, let's see what you can do. Inside edge, a little tight. Valdosta faithful wanting the strike 3 call. Umpire gestures that it was inside. I wonder if they go back ever and just watch a replay, especially when they have this angle to look at their actions. And Tierce offers, so rough out there with the bat. Bases loaded, but she'll regroup and try again next time. Tierce goes down on strikes. She's not been a good game for her. The batter, left fielder, Kayla Kerr. Kerr has, however, played well in this one. She has had a good game and a good, oh, I'm sorry, this isn't Kerr. This is Haley Griffin. My bad, I'm sorry. So Haley Griffin is at the plate. I need to fix that. I feel bad. I didn't get a chance to announce her. Takes a cut. Correction, fans, at the plate for the Lady Canes is number 5, Haley Griffin. Well, first 2 pitches are strikes to Griffin. Lady Canes trying to push a few across here. They've got it. Foul tip. Griffin stays alive. So a good opportunity to really get some confidence here if Griffin can put one into play and get a couple of runs in. Swing and a miss on that pitch that was just beyond the reach of her bat and her swing. Another strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts by the Lady Canes, and they squander a golden opportunity to add some runs. 5 innings complete, and that's all it takes. Run rule in effect. GSW down by 8. This one is over. Valdosta State completes the sweep, 10-2, the final, called after 5 innings in the nightcap, just like the first one, actually. When these 2 teams met in Valdosta, game 2 was called 10-1, so kind of came along that path a little bit. It didn't get out of hand till late in the game with those late runs from Valdosta State. Yes. Yes, I do. It doesn't matter. Hold on, Haley. Well, the darkness is creeping in. We're going to wrap it up here in a moment, but first we'll just let the fans know and give our parting shout out to those in attendance. We'll be back here in a moment.
Softball doubleheader, Valdosta State completes the sweep with a win in game number 2. The Hurricanes are on the road for their next 4 dates. You don't have a chance to see GSW back in Americus until April 13th. That's a couple Saturdays from now. April 13th is the next home date. Mark it down. 13th and 14th, in fact. That Saturday, Sunday, you might as well stick around for the weekend because that is it. Those are the last 2 home dates of the 2019
as well as we'll have our GSW Family Weekend on the 13th. The Canes Cornhole Championship will be going on out in the parking lot. We'll have a tailgate celebration. Tennis is playing, baseball's playing, softball, all in action that day. GSW as a campus is having their family weekend, and it should be a great day to be a Hurricane. That is all coming up on Saturday, April 13th is the next time GSW is at home. You can follow the action online when GSW travels to Albany State, North Georgia, Young Harris, and Manual over the next couple weeks. Those links for any live stats and streaming video will be available on our website, gswcanes.com, gswcanes.com. Again, thanks for coming out tonight. Don't forget to mark those calendars for the 13th and come on back. We look forward to seeing you there whenever you are, wherever you may be traveling this evening. We hope you get there safely. We look forward to seeing you back here in a couple weeks. Have a great night. So that'll do it for this one. We're going to go off the air momentarily. Our Hanging with Hallie post-game show will be coming up here. It'll be, I'm sure, a very somber press box, but we'll get to the nitty-gritty, talk to a couple of the ladies and Coach Levering, and we'll break down today's action as the Lady Canes hung with the Blazers for a while, but Game 2 got away from them. Got away from them and was called after 5 innings, 10-2 the final score. Valdosta State 22-9 now overall this season, 22-9 for VSU. GSW falls to 20-16. The Lady Hurricanes have been swept in their last 2 doubleheaders, which have come inside the last 24 hours, so, or just beyond that, 24, 25 hours. So back-to-back games for the Lady Canes. 4 quick losses in the column, but a 20-16 mark as they resume play. Again, next week, no weekend games for GSW, but we're at Albany State on April 3rd as a start of that 8-game home, or road trip, rather. Let's see, winning pitcher. Let's see what she's going to improve her record to. That's going to be Van Auken. She'll be 7-3. Losing pitcher, I believe, would be Jernigan. Yes, of course, Jernigan. I say that just because she started and went well into the game. Was racking up some Ks, but just a couple of big hits from the Blazers and pushed the lead out to a point where GSW could not rally and come back. 6-8 is what Jennifer's record will fall to. And we've got some home baseball, but again, we won't have a softball broadcast until that weekend of the 13th and 14th. We'll even have some home tennis before then. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. That's a long ways away. You may forget. Subscribe to our channel, and that way you can get alerts of when we go live, and you'll know the next time we're on the air for GSW softball if you can't be here in Americus with us. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Lady Canes get swept by the 16th ranked Blazers. The final in game number 2 is 10-2, called after 5 innings. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for giving us a few minutes of your time. We really appreciate the support. And you've been watching Georgia Southwestern State University softball here on the Surge Sports Network.